The Cortlandt, Merritt. Please give a round of applause. Y'all can do better than that. It's brothers, a legacy building. Keep clapping till he comes to mic. Keep clapping till he comes.
First of all, my name is Cortlandt Merritt, and I'm the poet and author of the book Cherry Blossoms in the Snow. Cherry Blossoms in the Snow. It's an ebook also. But as I was saying, usually when I come, I do poems that I have committed to memory. This particular day, I'm going to do two pieces directly from my book. One is one of my poems, and one is a true short story, which I have throughout my book. This first one is called The Reverse Effect. There are times I'll humble myself and allow things to happen to a certain degree. Then I'll flip the script and do the same thing that person said or did to me. I sit back and watch them get in their feelings as they start to scream and shout. Then I look them in the eye as I calmly reply, "Oh, you can't take what you dish out." If they're honest, they'll admit what they did and apologize for the insult. If not, I do my rehearsal of role reversal until I get the desired result. It never ceases to amaze me how people say and do the things that they do, then get upset when you do to them the same thing that they did to you. When you hold a mirror up to them, it seems to cause them trouble. I just let them know the reason that's so is because their standards are double. When I get an adverse effect from the reverse effect, I know right away without doubt, I'm dealing with one of those people who can't take what they dish out. Thank you. Cherry Blossoms in the Snow. This next story is a true story. I had the pleasure of meeting Maya Angelou. May she rest in peace. This is a story in my book about how I met her. It's entitled Maya Angelou. A fellow poet and good friend of mine named Marina and I went to Howard University for a Women's Day event, and the guest speaker was none other than Miss Maya Angelou. I was determined to try to talk to her one way or another. We arrived a little late, and the parking lot around Listener Auditorium was filled to capacity. We finally found a spot right next to the building, the left side of the building. It was a tight space, and it took my friend every bit of 5 minutes to park. But of course, it took Marina 5 minutes to park anyway. We finally went in and enjoyed a wonderful presentation that stressed the black woman's role in society, the community, and the home throughout history. When it was over, we made every possible effort to get near Miss Angelou, but we had no such luck. Finally, she disappeared off stage, so we were a little disappointed and left the show feeling as if we had missed something. We were parked so close to the building, we had to get in on the driver's side. Once inside, we sat a while and spoke about the event while the car warmed up. It was during this time that the limousine pulled up alongside of us and blocked us in. Our first reaction was one of frustration. Then it dawned on us, this could possibly be Miss Maya Angelou's ride. We squirmed out of the car and patiently waited. Sure enough, Miss Angelou emerged from the building, surprisingly alone with her chauffeur. I ran up to her and I said, "Miss Angelou, I tried so hard to see you inside, but there were so many people I couldn't get near you. May I please talk to you for a minute?" Her chauffeur, a huge black man, stepped forward with his arms up and said in a voice that sounded like Barry White, "Miss Angelou is ready to leave. I'm sorry. Could you please step back?" Just then, Miss Angelou tapped his shoulder and said regally, "I'm finished my engagement here. I'll take some time and talk to the gentleman." I looked at Marina and winked my eye. The next thing I know, I was right there up close and personal having a conversation with the living legend. I knew somehow I would get to talk to Miss Angelou. I even prayed for the opportunity. The Lord is able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all we can ask or think, according to the power that works in us. That's Ephesians 3:20. I held out my hand to greet her, and when she put her hand in mine, I kissed it and bowed to the Queen. I said, Miss Angelou, it is truly an honor and a pleasure to meet you. I love you and I love your work and all you represent. I only hope someday to be a beautiful poet just like you. She said, thanks so much, baby. Fact is, you are a beautiful poet. The world just doesn't know it yet. Excuse me. The fact is, you are a beautiful poet. The world just doesn't know it yet. I continue. Miss Angelou, and thanks for taking time out to talk with me. I just want you to know, can you give me some suggestions to what I can write about? You know, poetry that will last and have meaning. Poetry with substance. She looked at me and started singing. It's a thin line between love and hate. Then she sung, I want to go outside in the rain. She said, are you familiar with these songs? I said, yes. They're old ballads, love songs. She said, exactly. Love. Love never goes out of style. Those songs sound just as beautiful with me just as much today as they did when they were made. Write about love, baby. It never goes out of style. Love and nature never go out of style. You see a beautiful waterfall in the winter will still be beautiful in the year 2075. You understand? I said, yes, ma'am. She also said, if you're not writing for publication, you're wasting your gift. God didn't give you this gift to keep to yourself. Don't be afraid or ashamed to share what God has given you. That is your purpose as a poet, okay? I said, yes, Miss Angelou, and thank you so much for sharing such wisdom with me. I love you and may God continue to bless you. She said, I love you too, baby, and bless you. I kissed her hand and watched her as she majestically got in her limo. I stood there in that spot and just pulled out of sight. I went back to the car, sailing on a cloud. And it was at that moment that I decided to take my skills as a wordsmith seriously. I will never forget the feeling of being in her presence and having a conversation with Miss Angelou. She is truly a beautiful person. I decided that I would write about love, God's love, the ultimate love. It was a natural thing to do. All right,